So, you're an empath, and you think you might have gotten yourself intermixed with a narcissist. Ooh, I've been there. So it can be really confusing, and it can be a lot to deal with. So go ahead and watch this video. We're going to talk about the relationship between an empath and a narcissist, and characteristics of a narcissist, and what to do about it. So you don't have to worry about a thing. It's going to be okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Thank You Universe. Much love to all my friends and allies out there, and the empaths tuning in for this very special video. So today we're going to talk about the relationship between empaths and narcissists, and some of the characteristics of a narcissist, and some surprising things that you might not realize about empaths and narcissists. So we're going to get into that right now. So a lot of people, when they first meet their narcissist and they get into a relationship, they feel like they're so in love, and it's this huge, overwhelming pull, and it's just like, wow, this person is amazing. This is my perfect Disney love story. And things are just so good in the beginning, and it's just amazing, and you're like, wow, I love this person. I want to be with them forever. Well, they got you. That's what my friend said to me when I was talking to him about the narcissist that was in my life. She's like, she got you. She got you. And I'm just like, she really did though. So, one of the characteristics of a narcissist is that they are very charming. These people can be super talented, they can be great actors, they can be super friendly, maybe they have a lot of friends, or maybe they have a small group of friends, people who really just enjoy their company and like them a lot. Narcissists aren't bad people. They can hurt us, but they're not bad people, and they're beautiful, and so they can be very charming. But narcissists have very fragile egos and a fragile sense of self and their self-esteem. So if something threatens their ego, they will snap really hard, and their egos can be threatened by the littlest things, and you might not even realize it. So when you're living your love story with your narcissist and they first snap at you, it can be very shocking to you because everything seems so great at first, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like, this person did a total 180. Or a lot of times as empaths, you feel like it was something that you did, and so you feel bad, like, oh, this is my fault, and you try and fix it because you're an empath and you want to get back to your perfect love story. So you think you did something wrong, but you gotta learn that's just the way that they are. You know, that's how narcissists are. They will snap at you, and as many times as they tell you they're sorry and they're not going to do it again, they're going to do it again. It's going to happen. So with empaths and narcissists, the narcissist does have a very fragile ego, and they can have insecurities and self-esteem issues, and as an empath, is someone who feels their emotions and someone who is a healer, you feel like you want to help them and heal them because you're an empath and you can see all their insecurities and flaws, and you love them all the same for it. And so you kind of get tangled into that mess, thinking that you can fix them, or you can help them see that they are worthy of love, or that they don't have to snap at you because you love each other, right? And that's kind of how you get stuck into it. It's this repeating cycle of them hurting you, but then you rationalizing because you know about all their pains and their hurts and their history. A lot of times narcissists have been through trauma. Maybe they went through some childhood trauma. Not necessarily, because some people can just be narcissists because that's just how they are. But a lot of times they have been through a lot of pain, and so you empathize with them. And you want to do your best to help them heal because you love them. But the thing is, the narcissist is not going to change. And they're going to keep on using you as a supply of validation, because the narcissist, one of the characteristics is that they are always seeking external validation. That's why a lot of times they get into like a performance-based career, or they're an actor or a musician or some kind of performer, because they love the validation, they seek it out. But you have to understand that you're just a supply to them, and that good love that you're giving them, they can't even connect to it because they don't love themselves. And so it's just like they're a fire, and they're just constantly eating up whatever validation or love that you can give to them. And it kind of hurts because you're like, no, this love is special, this is the love of my heart, I'm giving it to you. And they're just like, validation, gimme. Because, you know, they're a lost, struggling soul just trying to do their best, but they're constantly seeking that external validation. And so when a narcissist becomes abusive and starts telling you that things are your fault and you're wrong as the empath, you can start to internalize that. And a lot of empaths get into these abusive relationships with narcissists, and they start to think that everything is their fault and they're bad. And if only I could just be better, if I could just do this, then they would just be the loving person I know they can be, and things would be this amazing love story between us because we're so perfect together. It's just like, you have to break away from that mindset because it's not gonna work. The narcissist is not going to change. 90% of the time, probably 99% of the time, the narcissist will not change. And this isn't just me saying it. Ramani Drasavula, I can't really say her name, I'm sorry, but she's a clinical psychologist who works specifically with narcissists and researched the subject. She did a great TED Talk, so sorry I couldn't spell her name. To make up for it, I will link your TED Talk down below, so please go check that out to learn more amazing information about narcissists from a clinical psychologist. But basically, she says most of the time the narcissist does not change, and the only thing that makes them want to change is actually recognizing it for themselves and being like, oh, I'm hurting these people that I love, and it's a pattern. And they can try to change, but even then, she says most of the time, they're just going to snap back into their old habits under stress, and they will just burst on you, and they will snap at you, and the fly will attack your face, and they will just blame everything on you, and it's an abusive cycle, and you gotta get out. So there's two options, and I said I was gonna give you the options and it would be okay, right? So the first option is to understand that they are a narcissist and they're not gonna change, and you accept that and you say, okay, this is how it's gonna be, and you distance yourself and stop putting so much energy into it because they're gonna drain you. And you realize that the relationship that you thought you were gonna have, you're not actually gonna have it. So you have to move on from that idea. But do you really want that? Do you really want to not live your idealized life and have a partner who is abusive and one that won't live up to your standards? Because it's okay to have standards. This isn't like you're better than them. It's like, this is what I want with my life. And we want to live our best, authentic, actualized lives. This is thank you universe, after all. That's what we're here for, right? To get the good stuff, the real love. So the second option, and a lot of people, if you're stuck in it right now, you're not going to want to hear it and you're going to plug your ears. But if you've been there and you've been through the narcissistic abuse, you're going to be like, yep, it's the truth, is to distance yourself from them. Oftentimes the best thing can be cutting them out of your life completely. If you have kids with the person, obviously you have to negotiate around that. You know, maybe you can be their friend from a distance, maybe you can be pen pals, but we love these people, but they hurt us and they're not healthy for us. And so sometimes you have to love people from a distance. Like I told you, I was in a relationship with a narcissist, and I almost felt heavy and scared to do this video because it's an emotional wounding that I had, but you know, we're gonna do it because we're brave and we know we can heal and move on and live our lives as happy, loving, authentic, integrated empaths. And so, I forget where I was going with this. I was in a relationship with a narcissist, and oh yeah, I still love this person. To this day, I love this person so much, but I know that they're not healthy for me and I have to keep them at a distance, and so that's what I've chosen to do. And it's okay, and I can accept that I can move on. There's still love in my life. I love myself. There's still friends and family and other people. I don't have a partner right now, but hey, now I'm talking too much about my personal life. So what I'm trying to say is you can find someone else. You can move on. We can all heal and move on from the abuse that we've been through. And you know, like I've been talking about, as an empath, you're really empathetic, you want to love them and heal them and do everything you can for them, but it's just not working out, so you move on. But it's okay. Yes, it can be really hard, and yes, it's going to take a while, and yes, if you've been in a relationship with a narcissist, you should get some therapy, do some self-work, keep checking out these videos, do some journaling, do some shadow work, self-reflect, and realize all the ways that it really messed you up. But move on and know that you can heal, and there is healing for you as an empath. And maybe you won't want to connect to people the way that you did in that loving relationship where you were just a bit too close, and you won't want that for a while, but give yourself time, go easy on yourself, and let yourself heal. And you will find healing, and I know that you can because I know that I have. And man, this video got way more personal than I meant it to be, but what can I say? This is why I'm doing the video, right? Because I know it's important. So you can find healing, and there is happiness out there for you. You will find love, and you will learn to love yourself and heal from all of the self-doubt and the abuse and things you had to deal with. So thank you so much for tuning in. Good job. I know this is a hard topic, but you did it, so thank you so much. And you're gonna find healing and live your life and be happy. Much love to all my allies out there, especially the empaths who have been abused by the narcissists. Thank you for tuning into this video. If it helped you in any way, please go ahead and like the video. Consider subscribing to our channel. And I'll go ahead and let this leaf take the show as I leaf from the camera. Oh yes, I got my terrible wordplay in for the day. But I'll see you on the next video. Bye.